All right, you guys. Project number 2 today. I am finally getting around to wiring these bad boys up. So I've been back and forth about how exactly to wire them. And since this guy is tapped into the trailer wiring that I added since I had the hitch, I was kind of stuck trying to figure out how I wanted to deal with that. But I dug through my junkyard collection of crap and I found 2 pigtails for trailer wiring that plug into each other. One is for the trailer side and one is for the vehicle side. Well, I decided to make basically a tap harness, a conversion harness to tap things in so that I can plug it into the vehicle side and to this guy so that it does both and I don't have to cut and splice anything or tap or anything like that. So that way if I want to eliminate something, I can. And yeah, next time I go to the junkyard, I'll start digging around and collecting these more, since now there's obviously a purpose to have extras lying about. Or maybe they even make something like this. I don't know. But for me, that's what I'm going to use to tap in to actually tie these little guys in. And they're set up so that they come on. One part of them comes on as a marker light, just to light when you have your headlights on or your tail lights on. You know, like at night when your markers come on. It comes on with your markers. See here it says, obviously you got your negative. And the white wire is supposed to be the tail light or the rear fog. That's what they call them overseas, as a fog light in the rear. So it's on whenever your lights are on, a marker light. And then the red is the brake light. So they're supposed to just sort of kind of be on and then come on with your brakes. Well, I kind of wanted to make them brake and turn so that they're not on, or they only come on as a turn signal. And then as a marker light, I haven't decided. Or I may make them brake and turn. I don't know. I'm going to play around and see how they do, and we'll come up with a final verdict towards the end. I just want to see if I can even do it, because the yellow and green, your right and left, that I would be tapping into, is going to be, they're all in one. Brake and turn is one and the same. So I may not be able to make them be the turn signal. So we shall see. We'll figure out how this is supposed to, or how this is going to work out. I'll do some wire tapping and, you know, temporary tapping, and we'll find out. Okie doke. Okie doke. All right, step 1, I obviously made the little conversion harness. Step 2, I went ahead and used a connector, and I want these guys to be independent of each other. I don't want to splice them all together in case I need to pull the bumper off and replace one or whatever. I want them to be independent of each other. So I went ahead and added like another conversion harness so that I could add each one independently for the ground. So that's where I am right now, and I've got, these are like 24s. The wires are so tiny. So my reds barely fit, but I've got, each one has got its little legs on there. Yeah, I ran out of connectors, so I had to kind of, yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and connect up the ground, and then I'll start doing some probing and testing. Talk about a big old mess. I got legs going every which way. Anyway, so we've got our ground hooked up, and now I just got to figure out which one of these guys is going to do what I want it to do. So I'm going to do my little alligator clips and test lights, and I'll report back in. Okay, so after running some test leads, the red wire is supposed to be the brighter of the two. However, it's not super bright. It works as a turn signal, a brake light, and it should, when applying the brakes, still be able to flash as a turn signal, because I stepped on the brakes and tested the one, and when I engaged the turn signal, it overrode the brake light and still flashed. So I think for now, I'm not sure if I'm going to hook up the white one or not that's supposed to be for the fog lights. I got to think on that a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up first so that that red wire runs to the green and to the yellow. So if you're hooking this up to trailer wires, run the red wire to the green and yellow, corresponding to passenger side, driver side. Again, your green is your passenger, your yellow is going to be your driver. The white on the trailer harness is your ground. So running the ground to the ground, the black wire to the ground. And again, I did a split so that if I ever needed to service these, take them out independently, whatever, replace one goes bad out of the set, whatever, I don't have to be mauling the crap out of all the wiring. Everybody is independent. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I'm going to hook that up. I'm not going to make y'all watch me fiddle fart through the wiring, so but that's the plan. So I'll check back in with you in a minute. All right, I've got everything preliminarily hooked up here. Oh, blinding lights. We've got our green to green, like I said, yellow to yellow. This is the brown hanging down because I don't have him hooked up yet. That's the marker light. And of course, ground. So that's preliminarily that big hot mess. I'll put a something on it to protect it. But for now, since we're just testing, this is where we're at. Y'all are going to be my eyes back here and see how it behaves. First, we're going to do the hazards. So they're blinking in unison with the hazards. Good. Let's go ahead and pop y'all up so y'all can see the tail lights too. Oh, that was very dramatic, wasn't it? My apologies. It's not a perfect world, but you can see they're both going. All right. Our brakes. Okay. Now I'm going to add the hazards while on the brakes. Turn on the headlights and see what we get. We got nothing on those lowers. Yeah, looks like I need a tag marker. I got to take everything apart and do that. Okay, I plugged in the brown wire, the markers. Now what we should see is those turn on with the headlights, and they do. Now, let's see if there's a difference when I hit the brakes. Again, I'm relying on you guys because I can't see. We'll have to go back and look at it. Okay, there's my brakes. Okay. Now we're going to add hazards. Are we blinking at all? Take off the brakes. We blinking at all? I mean, we kind of are, but not really. And I don't know if I can get the turn signals to operate. All right, I'm going to leave it engaged. Hang on for me. I just disconnected the brown wire. See, now we got turn signals. Okay, so apparently the view is swippity swapped from how that trailer's set up. So I'm gonna go and reverse the wires. Okay, you guys, a little addendum. It was bothering me that my trailer lights were caca backwards, so I don't really remember the instructions telling me one side went one side and one side went to the other side, so I just kind of did it. And yeah, I just came back here to look, see, and I am on the driver's side, and what do I find? Green. Yep, I put them in backwards. So it was me. I did it. I probably made the decision based on where I thought the control module should go, and the control module is in on this side. I didn't want it over there where the gas filler was. I just figured there'd be extra room over here in the bumper, and usually I always put control modules and things of that nature in on the drivers. It just makes more sense, you know, fuse boxes over here. So that was my screw up. I guess whenever I decide to upgrade to a red line bumper, or if I decide I have to use a trailer, I will swap the wiring around. It's going to require taking the bumper off. In fact, you can even see there's a yellow one coming down. So yeah, my car's backwards. My fault. I did it. I screwed up. Just thought I'd add that in for you guys so you know why it was cockamamie. That's on me. I did that. Okay. Air fixed. I've got that on the correct side. We'll check the other one. Either way, they're working, and that's without the brown wire. Brake lights. Hazards off. Turn signals. I really want them to work as turn signals at night and as brakes. I don't really care about the marker part of it. So I'm just going to leave the brown unhooked regardless. I'm not going to run them as marker lights. I mean, I guess it's an either or option versus a both option. Just for the final test, I'm going to loop back in my center light with the Saturn emblem and see if everybody will play nice together. All right, let's run through the test again with that bottom light. Number 1, brakes. Hazards. Turning on the lights. Still got on the brakes and the hazards. Turning off the hazards. Letting go of the brake. Hazards back on. Hazards off. Turn signal. Brake light. Swapping signal. Off the brake. And then without the lights. Did it work? Just going by basic trailer wiring. What it says here, see if you look, green is on your passenger side, yellow is on your driver. So for whatever reason, mine's cattywampus. And I picked these guys up during the Harbor Freight sale where you could get all their pliers 30% off. I used them today. Yeah, I like these little guys. Whoops. This is usually the one that I use to do all my butt connectors, and then I have a separate stripping tool. I've never been 100% satisfied with any one tool. That may become the one. I'm not running that brown wire. I'm not running those as marker lights. They're just going to be additional turn signal and brake light. I think that guy is going to work as a marker light well enough. So let's not get too busy. Anything to have extra brake lights and extra turn signals, because people just don't pay attention anymore. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm gonna tuck all that up. You don't need to see all that, and don't worry. I'm gonna put electrical tape on that the parts that I'm not using, the wiring, so that they don't arc off anything. But yeah, we'll call that a wrap. These little marker lights, they should all be pretty universal that you get on eBay. They have them in red that have LED. They got them in clear that have LED. I opted for the smoke version so it would kind of blend in with this back end, so you wouldn't really see it unless it engages. So all right, y'all take care. Sorry for the ramble. Bye.